Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new video of F1 2020 My Team. Today on the calendar, the Hungarian Grand Prix. Now, this will be promising because this is a high downforce circuit and we don't really have a lot of upgrades on the aerodynamics part. So we'll see how this turns out. I'm going to do as much race simulations and reaction trainings as possible to upgrade my driver for the next race. Sponsor event and power team building. We can fill in the entire timeline, which is a good thing for us, of course. And I'm gonna go with analysis because I don't know why, but I wanna have the best driver possible at this point. We're above Renault and Alfa Romeo, so that is pretty good. We're a proper midfield team now. AlphaTauri made a few upgrades, so they are higher on the list. And yeah, things are looking good for us. So, I still have 1 million. Oh, who cares? Time for us to advance forwards in time. We got ourselves the personal upgrade already with the analysis thingy. So, before the next Grand Prix, we will have a amazingly good driver, which is of course good. Alright. Here, look, he is already 73 rated, and I'm happy. I'm very happy with him. The upgrades paid off, and Jack is now officially a great driver. And now it's time for practice, just like always. Oh, we can replace the gearbox. Well, of course we will. Oh yeah, fun fact: we now have the best engine on the field. We are we are the best in that. So that is a great thing. And we're gonna upgrade our rear wing upper flap. It's a major upgrade and it will be done before the Singapore Grand Prix. So now it's time for qualifying. It's Q1 and it's lap 4 because all the previous laps, they just sucked, straight up. I had no good laps whatsoever, so now it's time for lap 4, and personally, I think I don't have a setup that I like, because I got myself a setup from the internet, and the setup doesn't feel nice. Sure, I do have a lot of grip, but I don't think it's a setup for me personally. So in the future, I will be checking out the setups before I use them, because this only gave us P20. Jack Aiken did way better than us, P13. But quick thingy, I'm gonna use simulation damage from now on. So that should make it more fun. And now it's time for the race.
Welcome to Budapest once again for another round of the Formula One World Championship. Historically, a good race for first victories, with Button, Hill, Alonso and Heikki Kovalainen all reaching the top step of the podium for the first time here. We're northeast of Budapest for the race today at the 2.7-mile Hungaroring circuit. 14 corners here, 8 to the right and 6 to the left, on a track where downforce is king and passing is notoriously difficult. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today. But I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course, you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Verstappen, Alexander Albon, and Perez, Sainz, Stroll, Ricciardo, and Daniel Kvyat, Bottas, Gasly, Lando Norris, and Ocon, Aitken, Magnussen, Romain Grosjean, and Antonio Giovinazzi. The owner driver, Russell, Latifi, and Kimi Raikkonen finishes off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, this is Jeff, can you hear me? Listen, a points finish might be too much to ask today, but give it your best shot.
I'll try, Jeff, I'll try. Anyways, the setup is medium to hards, and the personal setup is soft to mediums. Now, I want to change that. I want to go from mediums to softs. Because, if you go on softs at the end of the race, you of course have a bigger chance of going fastest lap of the Grand Prix, because later on in the session, tires will still be as good as at the start of the race, but the car will be lighter, and that makes a difference, which makes you faster and a bigger chance for the fastest lap. So we're going to try that out. Formation lap now, just like always, we're going to skip this because this is, as I said before, the most boring lap of the entire Grand Prix. So we skip to the end of that, and we're now going to the starting grid. Raikkonen, by the way, he had a grid penalty, and he will be starting from last place in this Grand Prix, so that is a free place for us. And we'll see how the start goes. It usually goes well. And we're on mediums now, so that might make a difference, I'm not sure. Anyways, it's lights out, and away we go. Off, just like always, with a okay start. I guess this is an okay one, not a good one. This is an okay one. We go around the outside of Lando Norris, who squeezes us to the outside a bit. And we're now on the outside of Ricciardo, who's driving off right now. By the way, did you see that Grosjean was just driving off in P9 or something? That was absolutely mad. Anyways, we're now seeing the onboard from my teammates, Jack. And he started, yeah, here, there you go, that was Grosjean. He was up with an amazing start in this Grand Prix. Here, look at the Grosjean just dive bombing around the inside of a lot of cars. I've never seen Grosjean have such a good start in any Grand Prix. Anyways, we go around the inside of him, and ooh, there was some slight contact there. We're around the outside of him, and he is staying around the inside. He is not thinking about giving up. We leave him some space here in the chicane, and we finally get past him in P9. Now, not to mention, we're driving on mediums, and a lot of people are driving on softs. So there will probably the cars in front of us will probably drive away, and the cars behind me will probably stay behind me because I am on a harder compound, and you can already see that that is true. Ricciardo is already 3.8 seconds away, and Grosjean is still right behind me. So let's hope that we can defend good enough and maintain P9, because once we have that pit stop and we go on the softs, we'll be faster than them. As we now have Grosjean going in for a dive bomb around the inside, we give him a good old squeeze. And we go around the outside, and there was a tiny bit of contact, I think. But, yeah, Stroll took his chance and overtook Grosjean, so that entire action just cost him a place. That's a rip for him. But, nothing changes for us, so that's good, I guess. As we now go into lap 7. We're now driving in P5 because there are a lot of people in the pits. And there are more people in the pits now. If we go into rich mixture, can we get P2? Because I see that there is still a Ferrari not in the pits. Yeah, that's Charles Leclerc. And we are in P2 now, so that's a funny thing. Gasly on P4. So I think that all the people that started on mediums are right now behind me, such as Lando Norris and Pierre Gasly. And myself, of course. I'm driving on P2 here. And Charles Leclerc still has to go in for a pit stop. So if we keep up the pace, we might even be able to go in for P1 now. It's now the end of lap A, and Leclerc is indeed in the pits. He's leaving the pits, actually, so we got to use Rich and overtake. But we are past him. We're well past him. And we are now up into P1, the lead of this race. I mean, we're not going to keep it because Leclerc can just finish the race on that compound and we still have to make a pit stop. But it's just a fun thing to do. And Leclerc's probably going for an overtake on this straight because it's a long straight. He's faster than me. We're going to give him a good old squeeze, just as Grosjean. And this time, I felt that Leclerc hit me. And I got a warning for that. So that sucks. It's starting to rain at lap 16. So I'm going to just go into the pits as I almost hit the wall there. And it looks like the others are staying out one more lap. So let's hope that this undercut will not cost us a place. Because there is a chance that this will cost me a few places because they can drive another lap on slicks. And I will drive one lap less on slicks. But maybe, just maybe, if they already have aquaplaning a bit, that means that we are faster than them right now. So it's a bit of a gamble. We see a lot of people in the pits and we're not going to be on pole because I already see a few cars out of the pits. And we're going around the outside of Charles Leclerc here. Up to P9. So we lost a lot of places there. But at least we still have P9 because we started way below that. But I'm mad at myself because I could have been driving on pole now. Because if I would have just gone in one lap later, I would have been on pole. By the way, if you look at the minimap, you see that there is still 3 cars out there on track who haven't made a pit stop yet. These people are Albon, Sainz, and Stroll. So they'll be losing a lot of places because now you can't drive full speed with slicks. It's not possible anymore. So they'll be losing a lot of time. So we'll be getting ahead of them. So let's hope that they actually lost a lot of time as we lose control there of the car. We have Leclerc around the inside. And we just managed to keep the car within the lines and not get a penalty. Because that would have given me a penalty if I would have gone over the lines with both 4 wheels. Here you see from the it from the front wing. I lost control, but I just managed to get my grip back at the line. Shut up, Jeff. We have Leclerc around the inside here. We're gonna give him a good old squeeze, just like we did like 2 or 3 times before already. And we are still driving in P6, so that is a good thing. And we now have Leclerc around the inside. We're gonna leave him some space going into this corner. Nevertheless, he still makes contact, and there is a yellow flag. And Leclerc did the same thing as Sebastian Vettel in the Australian Grand Prix. He hit my left-hand side, lost his end plate, and he spun out. So, yeah, here you see another replay. And he lost control of the car because he went in for a dive bomb even though there was no gap. So that really destroyed his race because he doesn't have a chance for a top 10 now, I guess. That's a big rip for him. But nevertheless, it's now Perez behind me and Russell on P8. So I really hope that the boys from Williams can get themselves some points. I mean, I would love to see Williams get more points than Haas, because the higher you get in the constructors, well, the more money you get. So it would really be nice for Williams to get these points. And the rain really mixed up the race because my man is driving on P2, I just realized. Jack Aiken is driving on P2. And Giovinazzi is out of the session with an engine failure. So we'll be going up to P5. What an amazing race this. This is absolutely amazing. Now, let's hope that the rain doesn't get much worse. Because we could lose the car once again. And that would really mess up the race because I saved it once. I don't think I can save it twice. Yeah, I know, Jeff, I know. Anyways, we're now driving in P5 because Giovinazzi had to leave the session. And I still can't believe that my man is driving on P2. Jack Aiken is driving on P2. I didn't expect that to happen in 1,000 years. So I guess that the driver upgrades really paid off. They really paid off because, I mean, they have to pay off. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been driving on P2 in front of Ocon and Verstappen. I don't know who's driving on pole. I think it's going to be Lando Norris driving on pole position. And we're driving behind those. And we have Bottas now past Russell, by the way. So that's a bit of a pity for the boys from Williams. But I think that Russell is still driving on P8. So that is a good thing for them. But it doesn't matter for us. Because we're not Williams, so we don't care. Alright, Jeff, alright. I don't care whether there's one lap, less than a lap of fuel, we're gonna make it. We're now into the last lap of the Grand Prix, and it's going to be Lando Norris who finishes in first place. And it's going to be my teammate Jack Aiken on P2, Ocon P3, Verstappen P4, and I'm going to be on P5 in this Grand Prix. So I just realized that medium to soft really gave me a lot of positions. Otherwise I would have been on a 2-stop and now I'm on a 1-stop. Alright, Jeff. Alright, who's going to be driver for the day? Just wondering. It's me, Mario.
It's victory in Budapest then, and what a victory it is after an incredible Grand Prix. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
And they've taken full advantage of that to claim the victory today. It's always a bit of a lottery when the conditions are like this, but they've managed to stay on circuit and have come out on top.
As the winners make their way up to the podium, one can only imagine the celebrations that will take place at McLaren tonight. Congratulations to everyone on the team, securing the win and proving they're a force to be reckoned with out on the track. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
I'm going to give it to the owner-driver today. They did a great job at getting the most out of their tyres without losing pace, something that's a very handy skill to have in modern-day Formula One.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Another team that excelled today was Williams, who make further progress up the table. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
Alright, I disagree with them because they say Lewis Hamilton moves further ahead of and at the top, but he didn't get any points today. Well, except the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, but that's only 1 point. So I disagree. But let's see the constructors. Williams now indeed is past Haas, even though they're tied on points. Williams is past Haas, so that's a good thing for them. I really hope that they finish the season in front of Haas. But my teammate did great, actually amazing, and now it's time for the press. Not really, power advantage. I want to give it to the power advantage because we just have the best power unit now. F1 is a team sport. We all put in an extreme amount of effort. It's not only me, of course, because it is my team that gives me the engine and all. Hell yeah, this was an advantage for the team. These challenging conditions really separate the champions from the rest of the field. I'm proud. I'm proud to have my teammate up on that podium because it's points for us and it's reputation for him. And that claim can be used for us as an advantage. Yeah, no worries. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed watching today's amazing Grand Prix, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video of F1 2020 My Team. Peace.